What happened with this apartment building is there was a water main that broke underneath. About 8 years ago they went and replaced a bunch of different spots. It's throughout the entire apartment complex, around the entire perimeter. To stabilize the foundation, they poured underneath the footings. This is a high point. You can't really see on film. This is a low point. I'll find out shortly how much it slopes, but I'm thinking it's somewhere around 4 inches from this side of the room to that side of the room. It also, essentially, there's a pivot point somewhere around here where the whole thing on this side sunk down. So it's all about 4 inches, give or take, and this side's high. So you have to walk uphill to the stove. I'll put a level on it so you can see how bad it is. This is right next to the door. This is a 6-foot level, I think. It's one of those extendable framing ones. So there's how far out of level you are there. Going down from the door to the other side of the room, it appears to be a pretty consistent slope. I think this is actually sloping less on this end of the room. Going the other direction from the door, you can see this is probably a 1/4 inch in 6 feet. So it's a fairly negligible slope. I put a mark here. This is a high spot I'm going to start the level on. I leveled over to this point, which happens to be the very bottom of drywall, so that'll be pretty easy to measure. I'm going to make marks throughout the whole thing, and then I'm going to snap a line, straight line from high spot to low spot, across the back wall, up that wall, etc. That's the first step. Right on this side, we snapped a line at 4 feet and 4 feet and 1/2 inch all the way across. Reason being, drywall a lot of the time is bowing in and out. So if you do it right at 4 feet, it won't work half the time. So you snap another line. In this case, we need to do it back on this further line, and everything will be just fine. We kick that in. Slide it up till it barely touches, and make a mark. Take one shim out, slide it up again till it barely touches. Make another mark. Take a shim out, slide it up, barely touches, another mark. Final shim. Right there. So do that right here, move it up, same thing. Snap a line so you get where that planes out from each side. Hopefully this can illustrate what's going on underneath a little bit better. If you can imagine each one of these pieces of wood as an 1/8 inch thick piece of plywood, or in this case I use 1/8 inch thick MDF. You want to stack these pieces of MDF up so they're in layers, because you need to fade gradually from an 1/8 inch thick up to 3/4 of an inch thick, so you can match the 3/4 inch tongue and groove plywood, or OSB rather. So this is kind of how you do it. You start with 5 layers, and then you step down by 1, and then 1 more, and 1 more, 1 more. But this is how it should look in the end. We're just, after the first layer, only the tips of every single layer will be making contact with the original flooring. But in that way you get the most strength out of the whole thing, and you're not going to have to worry about the floor springing too much. And it'll be completely unnoticeable by the time you put the flooring in. Thanks for watching the video. I hope everything made sense. Hopefully you can take something from this. Hopefully it makes you a little less intimidated to maybe take on some of these projects in your own life. But go ahead and do it. It's not that hard. And if you have any questions that I didn't answer in the film already, please mention them in the comment section. We can have a discussion about it. Thanks for watching.